When you think of Manchester United, what do you think of? I don't mean Manchester United right now. I mean the old Manchester United. Good old glory days of Ronaldo. And no, I don't mean the Ronaldo right now. I mean the Ronaldo last time. Ronaldo, Rooney, Vidic, Scholes, Kane, and so many more players. But do you ever think of Park Ji-sung? And most likely the answer is no, because Park Ji-sung is such an underrated player. But he's such a good one as well. Obviously, I do have a little bit of bias because I'm Asian, and he's one of the best Asian players ever. And there aren't too many good Asian football players in this world, to be honest. I mean like high-level footballers like Son Heung-min. You don't see that many. And Park Ji-sung, he was one of the best. The man never stopped running, and honestly, I didn't really watch him that much. But from what I can tell, he was a fantastic player. He was the lungs to Manchester United team, and he just never stopped running. And he's a bit like N'Golo Kante for Chelsea. He's a bit like the older version, Manchester United's version of N'Golo Kante. And when you think about it that way, he's actually vital to the Manchester United team of old. And it's not just Ronaldo, Scholes, Beckham, Rooney. They were all vital to the team. But Park Ji-sung never stopped running, and he was so incredibly vital to this Manchester United team. Wayne Rooney once said, if you mention Cristiano Ronaldo to a 12-year-old, they would immediately say, yeah, he was a brilliant player for Manchester United. But if you said Park Ji-sung, they may not know who he was. Yet all of us who played with Park know he was almost as important to our success. This just shows how underrated and how underappreciated Park Ji-sung is. Cause yeah, like I before, like the new generation probably won't know him, and it's a shame. It's a real shame. He could also play in many different positions. He was very adaptable and very well used by Sir Alex as well, and that's why he was such a good player. He's not like a system player. He can fit into any system. He adapts to a system on his own, and that's why he's just as important to Manchester United as like Ronaldo, as Rooney, as Cantona, as anybody who played for Manchester United. He was just as important. And these kind of players are on most of the time they are very underrated, because people just don't seem to recognize what an impact they have on the team, because they are not at the front page. They're not scoring goals, making assists, or pulling out brilliant tackles at the end, or goal line clearances, or making big saves, but rather they are working the entire game and helping the team out so much. And without him, the United team would not have been the same. And another thing that just goes to show how underrated he was is that when I first heard of him, I hadn't watched him play before. Thought, based on what I thought of him, was that he was just another Manchester United player. But when I read out more about him, he was such a brilliant player. He was a pure engine, and he could play so well technically, and his physical attributes were also brilliant. He could run for days. It's basically just like N'Golo Kante, but like, his attitude and everything is really good, and he's so underrated. I think it's because the Manchester United team at that point in time had a lot of players who were media stars, and he was just not one of them. But he was so good and so reliable. He could use his right foot and left foot. He could do anything. And yeah, he still wouldn't want to take the headlines and just continue playing just play how he does. And he doesn't do anything to steal the headlines, but still contributes so much to an amazing Manchester United team. That's why I think he's so underrated. So yeah, subscribe if you're new. And let's hit 20 likes on this video. And thank you so much for watching.